Come on, it's a Tom Hanks movie. You're gonna see it, it's a Tom Hanks movie. I swear his name is bigger than the name of the movie now. Tom Hanks. Sully. Clint Eastwood directs Sully. Sully tells the story of Captain Chesley Sullenberger, a U.S. Airways pilot who took off in New York, immediately lost both engines after a bird strike, had to turn the plane right around, landed on the Hudson, and everybody was rescued within 24 minutes. It was pretty short, and that's pretty much the movie. Sully stars Tom Hanks as Sully, Aaron Eckhart plays his co-pilot, Laura Linney plays his wife, and Mike O'Malley's in the film. He's like the investigator, insurance guy. We're not supposed to like him, although Mike O'Malley is quite delightful. You guys remember Guts? Back to you, Mo! The trailer does make mention that Sully's 40-plus year career is going to be judged by just 208 seconds, and that's true. The entire course of events took place in just 208 seconds. That's just over 3 minutes of activity. There was a lot of coverage of these events from many different angles. We saw it from the cockpit, we saw it from the passenger's point of view, we saw it from the air traffic controller's point of view, we saw it from his wife's point of view, seeing it on television, getting interviewed, doing it from this way, that way, this way, that way. We took that 208 and we got about as much mileage out of it as we could. We stretched it to the max. The overarching conflict of the film, I would say, is a bit weak. Captain Sully is a pretty resolute person. He has his stuff together. He's not really anything other than 100% certain that landing on the Hudson was the only way to save these people's lives. The bit of conflict that is introduced is whether or not the plane could have made it to another airport, but really not that much. His reputation, is his entire career going to be ruined? And he did have this other business that he was trying to get going. What conflict are we going to introduce? The pilot safely landed the plane, saved everybody on board. Really, all it is like an insurance claim. I would say the movie might suffer a bit from the old adage of, is there enough there? With only 208 seconds worth of activity, is there enough of a story to tell this full-length feature? Now, the people on board would probably vehemently disagree with me. They went through one of the most harrowing, horrific events of their lifetime. Brace for impact. We're like, you're going down. And I don't even know if the passengers knew they were going to hit water. They were just told to brace for impact. What does that mean when you just took off from New York City? To the passengers and to Captain Sully himself, these events had an insanely significant impact, but is it an interesting story to your audience? I would say if you're kind of expecting, oh, something went wrong midair, how are we gonna get these passengers home? It really isn't that, and we know it wasn't that before we even go in and see the movie. I thought maybe they were gonna go with a little bit more self-doubt on Captain Sully's part, like a little bit of, maybe I didn't have to land it on the Hudson. Maybe I could have made it to New Jersey, or maybe I could have made it back to LaGuardia. But to be quite honest, that wouldn't be truthful to the actual Captain Sullenberger. He knew that this is what he had to do to save these people's lives. So in doing that, you would be tweaking the truthfulness surrounding these events. Furthermore, emphasizing how dangerous a water landing is. Landing a jet on water is generally really, really bad. Like real bad. The fact that Captain Sullenberger landed on water and everyone survived is amazing. I think more amazing maybe than the film gave it credit for. It might be this thing where we just sort of take it for granted, like, oh yeah, just land on the water, that's fine. No, this was incredible. He's an incredible pilot. There was one moment that I thought was particularly moving with Tom Hanks' portrayal of Captain Sully. Tom Hanks is great. We all love Tom Hanks. Who doesn't love Tom Hanks? My fiance, I think, actually loves Tom Hanks.
Yep.
She literally loves Tom Hanks.
But you're my first.
I beat out Tom Hanks?
Yeah, by a little bit.
Okay, I'll take it. I love Tom Hanks as well. I think he's an excellent actor. I can't think of a bad Tom Hanks performance off the top of my head. He's reliable. He delivers every single time. There was one moment in this film that I thought was very effective, moved me quite a bit, where you see Captain Sullenberger taking in what it is you're actually doing when you pilot a commercial aircraft. You are taking all of these people's lives into your hands. How meaningful, how important, how imperative it was to Captain Sullenberger that every single person be accounted for, every single life. It's a big deal. I think we all just sort of get on airplanes and go fly, and we get in our car and we go drive, and we don't really take into account how really dangerous it is. We're in a flying bus, essentially. We're just careening through the Earth's atmosphere, doing things that we as Homo sapiens are not meant to do at all. It's normal to us, but it's really not. It's quite amazing that we have this technology, and it's even more amazing that we have people that take that responsibility upon themselves to take the lives of others into their own hands and get them from point A to point B safely. It's very inspiring. It was a very inspiring performance for a very inspiring person. I was very moved by that. I thought his performance was excellent. I thought all the performances were excellent, to be quite honest. I thought Aaron Eckhart was great. Mike O'Malley was great. Laura Linney was great. Not really given that much to do, really. She was the wife. Over here, she'll be over here. Anna Gunn from Breaking Bad also had a small role. I thought everybody did a great job. The film also looked great. It kind of reminded me of a Bridge of Spies type of thing, which was like a great looking film, a great acted film. Don't know if the story is really there. The ending to the movie was rather abrupt. We're building, and resolved at the end. Bye. Overall, guys, I would say see it in the theater for the performances, see it for the special effects. Maybe my expectations were in the wrong place. It is a rather simple story, a rather short series of events, but I thought the film looked great. I thought it was very well acted. I would say support this film. Go see it. So guys, Sully, did you watch the movie? What did you like about it? And did you think there was enough there? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. And as always, if you want to see any more of my ramblings about movies, you can always click right there to subscribe. There was that meme going around with the 4 pictures of Tom Hanks, one from Apollo 13, one from Captain Phillips, one from Castaway, and one from Sully. And it said, one thing's for certain, never going anywhere with Tom Hanks. It reminded me of the Martian Interstellar meme with Matt Damon. Like, how much money are we going to spend rescuing Matt Damon from outer space? He went to Mars once, and then he went to some frigid ice planet with frozen clouds, lied about his data, and sent out a beacon. And then Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway came, and they were expecting a planet with all the resources for humanity to survive on, and there wasn't there. If you haven't checked out my Interstellar review, shameless plug. That was my first video I did. This is the very first video, because it's a very important film for me and for you. Tom Hanks and I are gonna have to have a little talk.
I might have to have a talk with his wife.
Wow!
No,
Wow! Luckily, I asked her to marry me, and you already said yes. If he asked you, would you marry him?
No, he's already married.
Oh, okay.
That's a trick question.
Review over.